good, YouTube? It's Zach, and today we got Philadelphia Eagles record prediction. Yes, we are finally on the NFC side of things. For those of you that don't know, I have recently bought a house. This is actually a full new setup and why I haven't uploaded the last 3 days. But for the NFC, in order to make it, I'm going to have a video every single day. So for the next 16 or 17 days, because I still have the Titans video coming out today when this is being recorded. But other than that, let's get straight into it. We got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be hanging up their banner against the Cowboys. I know that they're going to be extremely pissed, the Cowboys that is, but there's no way that the Eagles are going to be losing on opening night because this is the first game of the season on Thursday Night Football. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles knocking out the Dallas Cowboys in kind of a high-scoring affair. This is still before the Micah Parsons trade or contract extension. Who knows what Jerry Jones is doing? Other than that, Eagles get the win. Week 2, they are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, a Super Bowl rematch. And yes, I do have the Eagles going into Arrowhead to defeat the Chiefs once again because I think that Chiefs offense is going to come out a little bit slower than usual unless Patrick Mahomes turns back into like 2021, 2022 form when he has Tyreek Hill and they're able to move the ball up and down the field quickly. But I have the Eagles starting out 2-0. And in week 3, they are taking on the Los Angeles Rams. These are probably 3 really difficult schedules to start off the year. 3 difficult matchups to start off the season. The Cowboys probably aren't going to be a playoff team, but who knows? They could be at least 500 ball. But yes, I do have the Eagles defeating the Rams because even if their front 7 can get to Jalen Hurts, their passing game is going to have their advantage with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith exposing that Rams secondary. And yes, Eagles fans, I have you guys starting up 3-0. Please don't come burn down my house. Thank you very much. Week 4, they are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium. And unfortunately for Eagles fans, I do believe this Buccaneers offense has potential to average the most points per game this regular season. Baker Mayfield is always going to be a gunslinger, and with the Eagles' somewhat suspect secondary, I know Cooper DeJean and Quentin Mitchell had amazing playoffs, but just have to have the Eagles losing some games at some points in the season. No team's going to go 17-0 in this current NFL. At least I don't think so this season. Could be the Eagles if I had to pick a team, but Buccaneers get the win. 5, they're taking on the Denver Broncos at home. If this was in Mile High Stadium, I would take the Broncos to win this game, and the Broncos could still win this game because they have the best defense in the NFL, but I just think the Eagles are going to be able to put up 24 to 28 points, and I don't see Bo Nix doing that in Philadelphia. So yes, the Eagles rebound after their loss to the Buccaneers by beating the Broncos, starting out 4-1. In week 6, they are going to MetLife Stadium on the short week, but a good time to have a short week, getting to play the New York Giants in 4 days rest. Even with 4 days rest, I still have the Eagles getting the win, knocking out the Giants. And this one could honestly be like those Cowboys matchups years ago. It could be like 40-0 or something diabolical. Week 7, they are taking on my Minnesota Vikings at US Bank Stadium. We no longer have primetime Kirk Cousins. I know it's been 2 seasons, but the Eagles are still going to beat us. It doesn't even matter. Well, no, the Eagles play the Vikings. The Eagles have owned them over the last 5 years, and that will continue, especially with the rookie quarterback. J.J. McCarthy is not going to be ready. I would love if the Vikings somehow won this game. Who knows? Maybe the Vikings could have some talks in the NFC title game. But Eagles, for now, get the win. For the Week 9 bye, they get the New York Giants, which is basically like 2 weeks of bye. And yeah, they're going to beat the Giants. They're going to sweep them, no problem this season. Saquon Barkley won't let that happen because that's his former team. And I wonder if he has any grudge because in Week 18, he sat out and could have pushed his 2,000-yard rushing season further. I'm sure he'll have some animosity towards the Giants fans, definitely in the earlier matchup. But yes, Eagles defeat the Giants, and they head into their Week 9 bye at 8-1. Week 10, they are taking on the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers and Eagles are going to be playing really tight this season, just kind of like the last couple years. They've had some amazing games in the regular season, and this one is being played in Lambeau Field in early November on Monday Night Football. It's going to be a great game to stream because, guys, remember, I'm going to be streaming all primetime games live on the YouTube channel. But yes, give me the Green Bay Packers. It's so gross to say that being a Vikings fan. Packers will defeat the Eagles in Lambeau Field, dropping the Eagles to 7-2. And they are taking on the Detroit Lions. Got back-to-back NFC North matchups. They could lose both of this game, but this one is being played in Philadelphia, and with Lions coordinators not really in the Dan Campbell system yet. I mean, at this point, you better hope that they're all warmed up in middle of November. But yeah, give me the Eagles to defeat the Lions here and probably a shootout. I'm talking like 42-38. Week 12 for the final time this season. They're taking on the Dallas Cowboys at Jerry World, and I do have the Eagles sweeping the Cowboys this season. I just don't think the Cowboys match up well with the Eagles whatsoever. The Cowboys' biggest strength is passing, and with, again, Cooper DeJean and Kenyon Mitchell, I do believe the Eagles will be able to sweep the Cowboys here. See you, Dallas. And in week 13, they are taking on the Chicago Bears, one of the more interesting offenses I am looking forward to watch this season. Ben Johnson, the former Lions offensive coordinator, is going to be trying to coach up second-year quarterback Caleb Williams, who was the first overall pick a couple years ago. I do have the Eagles taking out the Bears just because there's a lot of unproven talent and question marks in Chicago right now. But yes, the Eagles get the win. 14 on the mini bye here. It looks like it's 10 days rest. They're going to take on the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Football. And this is where I have an upset. I do believe the Los Angeles Chargers at home, even though it's going to be filled with Eagles fans because there's not a whole lot of Chargers fans in the NFL. But yes, the Eagles are going to drop this one to the Chargers, making their third loss on the season. And Jim Harbaugh is going to go crazy. Week 15, they are taking on the Las Vegas Raiders at home. This one could be a sneaky close game, but I do believe the Eagles have more than enough talent to handle the Raiders and probably double-digit affair. So, yeah, give me the Eagles to take down the Raiders. Ashton Jeanty could have a big game, but, I mean, with the Eagles' pass rush, he might struggle. Week 16, they are taking on the Washington Commanders. In Washington, this is going to be a very, very key matchup because the Eagles and Commanders are going to be really, really close in the division up to this point. Hoping the Washington Commanders weren't a one-season wonder because I would love to watch this team in the playoffs once again. But give me Jaden Daniels at home to take care of business against the Eagles, which I think is going to put them neck and neck for that division title winner. Week 17, they're taking on the Buffalo Bills. Just these last three games, they have the Commanders twice and the Bills to end the regular season, so hopefully they have built up enough in the earlier part of the season. I do have Josh Allen taking down the Eagles. So the Eagles are going to lose 3 of their last 4 heading into week 18, being the Chargers, Commanders, and Bills. And they drop to 12-4 with whoever wins this week 18 matchup winning the division. Week 18, they're taking on the Commanders once again. And I do have the Eagles defeating the Commanders to hold off and win the NFC East with a 12-5 record. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Am I too high on the Eagles? Am I a little bit too low? I'm always very interested to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Other than that, it's been Zach. I will see you all in my next video. Peace.